Just like Raven Simone is a black woman, though she doesn't like to identify herself as that. She's impacted by the societal biases in the same way that she was able to microaggress a person like myself, or a person who has a non-normal or an ethnic name. She can microaggress. Nobody's immune to it. I could, you could. The title of my workshop was, "Are You Sure That Was Racist?" A discussion on microaggressions, racial tension, and promoting understanding. I had an experience with a classmate that kind of pushed me into microaggression studies. I got microaggressed, and having a classmate say that she didn't see my color, that was hard for me. That was really, really difficult because and when I addressed it, because that's the type of person that I am, like, hey, no, I'm really black and that's a really important part of myself, it got worse. But I was blessed enough to have an advisor who knew me, who I had a relationship with, and said, you know what, I'm sorry that this happened to you, but educating yourself on the subject might make you feel better. She planted that seed.
What do you think your purpose is in life?
I would say to give a voice to people who don't normally have one in society. I like the idea of giving them the space and opportunity to talk about their pain or their hurt and let them know that those feelings are valid.
And it's like a real struggle to get through just a daily life without being labeled, oh, she's just that girl. And so my thing is to you, how do you fight against those labels if you know that you're something more than what everybody perceives you as?
Or if I feel like I've been hurt or you said something that I disagree with, my personality is to say something to you and I'm going to tell you about yourself. Yeah. I have a bachelor's degree from Tuskegee University, and I have a master's degree from the Chicago School of Professional Psychology. Why did I choose my master's in counseling? I want to save the world. I remember when I was little, I saw a Peanuts comic strip of Lucy helping Charlie Brown, and she had a lemonade stand with the psychologist is in, and she gave Charlie Brown the worst advice like ever. Like, she never cared, and I felt so bad for him. I always wanted to help him, so I decided to be a counselor.
Who are you inspired by?
My great-grandmother. She worked really hard. Like, she encouraged me. She always had like wisdom for me. I was blessed enough to be able to spend a lot of time with her. I remember one time sitting, like, she had a chair and it was always in front of TV, and I remember I was just sitting in front of her, and she told me to make sure that I get as much education as possible, because nobody can take that away from you. No man, no person, regardless if you have a job or not, get as much education as you can, because that is something that you can always have. You can always be proud of that. Cooking is most of what I do.
Why cooking? Where did it start?
I was little. Both of my parents cook. My mom has a home economics degree, so all of our family time was spent in the kitchen. That's my space to be creative. You know, some people can draw and some people can paint, but my outlet for creativity is cooking. That's where I can be creative. So this is how much insulin I'm taking. So the pump site is in my leg, and it pumps into my body. So I got diabetes when I was 9, I think, and my life really changed. My mother's a nurse, and so she understood that diabetes was something that you could live with, though my 9-year-old self was devastated. I'm blessed enough that I have insurance, and I have a father that has great insurance, and they let me have an insulin pump. It's similar to an artificial pancreas. it gives me insulin all day. I count my carbs or my carbohydrates, and whatever I eat, I take insulin for that. If my blood sugar is high, my pump calculates how much insulin I need, and it gives me that. I also wear a continuous glucose monitor. So instead of having to check my blood sugar 6 times a day, which I hate to do and I don't do it, I wear a continuous glucose monitor that alerts me when my blood sugar gets really low or when it gets really high.
We're gonna say that this is stress. It's 3:45, so it's pretty high.
And typically it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be like 70 to like 130. We're just gonna say that it's stress.
A lot of things could go wrong. I could have a seizure. I could pass out somewhere publicly, and I don't wear medical alert bracelets. I have a tattoo, but it's on the back of on my back, so it really serves no purpose. Diabetes burnout is a real thing, and it can get bad. A lot of times kids in their teens just don't want to have to deal with it, and so they don't check their blood sugar, and they don't even take insulin. I have the mind enough to at least most of the time remember to take insulin. Because a lot of times where my pump, I feel like I can do anything. And it's not until I have eaten something and 3 hours later I'm like, ooh, I don't feel good. Where I'm like, oh, I probably should take some insulin. I forgot. A cold that might be with you for 48 hours is with me for a week and a half. There isn't a regular day. You just take it a day at a time. It's not something that I can control. It's just something I have to deal with. Twitter is great because it gives space for people who don't normally have a voice. You can find community. A lot of times the news media can skew a story. Take Ferguson, for example. News reports might have said that it looked one way or one thing was happening, and people on social media, people that were on the ground, just regular folks, were able to tell the story from their point of view.
Gay marriage was legalized this summer, obviously. What were your thoughts on that, and I guess its effect on you?
It's wonderful. Everybody, it's like, who is to say what I can do with my life? If I decide to get married, I can marry whomever I want to, be a man or a woman. If I'm in love and my partner decides that let's go, let's make this real, let's be committed to each other. If I decide I want to marry a woman, I can, and if I decide I want to marry a man, then same thing. Like, nobody should be able to tell me, like, well, I'm on a diet, so you can't eat cake. That's what that whole fight was. Me eating cake doesn't make you gain weight.
Message.